Hello, here we will discuss about the bar feeding mechanism in capstan and turret lathe. On the capstan and turret lathe, some arrangement is needed to be feed the bar stock through the cullet chuck, or after each finished workpiece is parted off. Bar may be fed by hand also, but as a safety measures, one has to stop the machine first for every feeding of bar. The long bar required to be fed through the spindle up to the bar stop. Here we can see the diagram of the bar feeding mechanism, and we will understand how the bar is fed into the capstan or turret lathe. The bar is passed through bar chuck, spindle of the machine, and then through the cullet chuck. One end of the spring connected to the pin and other support a weight. The chain running over two fixed pulleys. The weight constantly exerts and thrusts and forces the bar through the spindle. By this means the bar will be supported in a turret or capstan lathe. Our next topic is tooling layout. Here you will see the production of a hexagonal bolt, and to produce that hexagonal bolt, how the tooling will be done on the capstan or turret lathe we will see here. In this picture we can see the tooling layout for making a hexagonal bolt. Before producing any or before going to the manufacturing process, we need to consider some points, the planning production of the hexagonal bolt. And that is given like this. The capacity chart of the machine is made available. The drawing of the finished hexagonal bolt is taken into consideration. The tool and equipment such as bar stock, roller, steady running tool holder, roller steady bar end, tool holder, self-opening die head, chamfering tools are collected. Proper feed and speed for each operation are next calculated. Then setting and machining operation are performed in the following order. First operation, that is setting of the bar stop. Here we can see the bar stop. The bar stop is set at a distance from the cullet face by using a slip gauge. An extra length of 10 mm for the bolt from the bolt length is provided. Then the second step is setting of the roller steady box turning tool. The roller steady box turning tool is set on the next turret face for turning a diameter. Then the third step is setting of bar ending tool. The bar ending tool is set on the next turret face and is brought into operation after turning the bar. The stop is adjusted in the position by using a slip gauge. Then the fourth operation, that is setting of the self-opening die head. The self-opening die head is mounted on the next face of the turret and the dies are fitted into the cut a thread. The stop is adjusted in a position keeping in view the pulling out the length of the die head for cell reaching. The next one, or fifth operation, that is setting of chamfering tool. The chamfering tool is mounted on the fourth station turret on the cross slide and the extreme longitudinal position of the saddle is adjusted by a stop. The cross feed movement of the cross slide is adjusted by a stop. Then the sixth operation, that is setting of parting of the tool. The parting of tool is set on the rear tool post on the cross slide and the longitudinal position of the parting of tool is adjusted by the stop set at a distance from 6 mm from the turret face. And by this means we will get the hexagonal bolt will be prepared. Our next topic is CNC lathe. CNC means computer numerical control, and by computer numerical control, when we will operate any lathe machine, then that is known as your CNC lathe. So physically, CNC lathe machine is a simple lathe machine with CNC control panel equipped with it. Internally, all the functionality of the CNC lathe machine is controlled through CNC control. Here we can see the main parts of the CNC lathe, that is headstock, CNC lathe bed, chock, tailstock wheel, foot switch or foot pedals, CNC control panel, tool turret. In this picture, we can see all the parts one by one. Here, that is headstock, bed, chock, then tailstock wheel, CNC control panel, then tool turret and foot switch pedal. First part is that is headstock. Headstock of CNC lathe machine have the main motor of CNC lathe machine which drives the main spindle. Chock is mounted on this main spindle. This is the picture of CNC headstock. Here we can see the main motor drive is there and gear drives are there. Next one is CNC lathe bed. The tool turret level or other the CNC lathe bed which is specially hardened or so any kind of machining cannot affect them. Means as we know that all the loads and vibration during the machining operation will be focused on the bed, so that the bed should be designed like that it should be able to bear all the loads and vibration during the machining also and during the rest time also. Next one, chock. CNC lathe machine chock grips the component which are to be machined. Chock itself has many parts. Jaws are mounted on the chock to grip the parts. We know that in engine lathe also there are different types of chocks available, that is 3-jaw chocks or self-centering chock, then independent chock or 4-jaw chock, colored chock, magnetic chock and all these things. And chock is being for only holding the workpiece. Here also we will use different types of chock. Here we can see the picture of a chock where the workpiece is hold, and in the chock we have jaw where grippers are provided so that the workpiece will not slip out from the chock and it will be held securely. Next one is tailstock. Tailstock are mostly used to give an extra gripping force for the component which is to be machined. For long component machining, they provide extra force on the other end, so machining process can be complete smoothly. And you can see in the above picture, at the one end of the chock is gripping the component and other end tailstock is providing the extra force to hold it securely. And next one, tailstock wheel. Actually, we move the whole tailstock forward or reverse, but in that way it is not used to grip the part, but tailstock is traveled to a point near the component and then it is set there. After that you actuate the tailstock wheel which travel either with hydraulic pressure or pneumatic pressure to grip the component. Then foot switch or foot pedals. Foot switch are used to actuate the chock and tailstock wheel. Through these pedals, CNC machinist or operator can open and close the chock to grip the component. The same way, tailstock wheel is taken to forward position or reversed through this pedal. So these are picture of foot pedals or foot switch. Then next most important part, that is CNC control panel. All the operation whatever will be carried out in CNC machine, that is controlled by CNC control panel. Here we can see the picture of the CNC control panel. The control panel is also known as the brain of the CNC machine. As our brain is functioning or working, operating all the parts of our body, same as that all the operation will be carried out with the help of this CNC control panel. and different codes are written here or programs are written here. According to that program, the operation will be carried out. The next one, tool turret. The tool are mounted on a turret head. The turret head is generally a multiple tool holder where more than one tool can be fitted and changed during the machining operation automatically.